growing up in Cuba was kind of interesting. It was, and also hard at the same time. During the time of the revolution, the early days. I was actually 2 years old when Castro actually came into power. So I was the child envisioning the future of Cuba. I grew up having family around me, a lot of uncles and cousins, and people were interested in my well-being. I always loved to dress, loved to wear the latest fashion. So I bought a hat, okay, in the black market. Like I said before, Cuba, you cannot buy anything. During that time, there was nothing to buy, any stores or anything. It was just all Russian and limited to that. Only those who would travel outside of Cuba would have them. And I had this hat, and I go down to Monte in San Rafael, which is, there was a little store there that did dry cleaning and boxing hats and stuff. So I took the hat there and said, you know, I want you to clean and make this hat, you know, shape it. And he looked at it and opened it, and it has a serial number inside of it. And he asked me, where did you get this hat? And I said, bueno, I bought it in the street. And he said, but who you bought it from? And he said, no, I bought it for someone, I don't know the person. Usually when you buy things in an environment like in Cuba, and you buy in the street, and you get caught buying illegal or black market stuff, you cannot say where you got it from. You got to eat it up and assume responsibility for it. So it was pretty difficult for me to be, because I didn't buy it in a normal setting. During that time, like 3 months later, after that, there is a conflict between the embassy of Peru and Cuba. And less than 10,000 people got filled in the embassy of Peru, requesting for political asylum. So Castro looks at that, and that's a big news. That's a huge embarrassment publicly. And he looked and started analyzing the whole thing, and then suggested that anybody that had any criminal history or any kind of blemishes in the criminal record, they could now request visa to leave the country. When I was arriving to Key West, then I saw the Navy, the Navy SEAL, and they're dressed in the white uniforms. And this guy was talking from the microphone, and he spoke in English. That was my real chance to really hear Americans speaking in English. So I really fell in love with that immediately. And I made a conscious effort that I wanted to learn the language. So we started asking questions about what would be the best place to be in the United States. Because everybody was talking about, I'm leaving to California, I'm going to Los Angeles, New York, New Jersey, Miami, Chicago. That's the only, I heard of those places, but we didn't want to go with the crowd. So the sergeant said, the lieutenant said, if you guys want to go somewhere there is really nobody there, no Latinos at all, you're going to Minnesota. Minnesota? He said, no, it's a little bit cold over there, just a little bit. But you guys are going to have fun over there. You're going to love it. So I have experienced that now in my life, you know, who I am and what I'm standing for was my commitment. And I speak of Cuba very proudly because I am Cuban. I was born and raised there. I speak the language. And regardless of the political differences that between the two communities, that's still my country. And so is this one. So I'm standing in a very interesting position between the two countries. And I don't make any one of them wrong. It's just a conversation they're having.